But I was also saying I got over here, the water here is a lot colder than on the other side. Especially like right here. So where those fish were, it's showing this sea is maybe that'll be great. This is 3 ounces and it doesn't feel like it is too much for this rod, so it might be able to handle a little bit more depending on the kind of bait that it was. Probably not much more to keep talking. Yeah, it's right here it's cold, like colder for sure. So that might be why I didn't get any bites on this side. But I didn't fish that much of it. I just wanted to get to this spot and try that half tail. Nothing. But on the other side there were 2 big bites that I got. One just didn't quite get it. The other one hit him while it was wrapped around a tree. I thought it was hooked up because I could feel it pulling on it, but I let go of it before I could get to it. Didn't get it out, so. But I think the warmer waters, some of it just splashed out in front. I bet this would be a good striper bait if I could know I was on them. It's a shame you can't really control this bait. I tried it just now as I was going and it blows out going like 3 miles an hour. So I'd have to go pretty slow and it's not that interesting. It's not like it's just like cover water. One of those, yeah. What time is it now? 4:45. That's pretty good. Alright, I got it's early. I don't know if I'm going to fish up the same side or if I should cross again now that that side's been in the sun for a while, whereas this side's in the shade. but the bites I got up here, I got in the shade anyway, so this water's still fairly warm. Is that stuff? It's like a tree way out here. Man, it's crazy how clear this water is out here. Like, look, it's hard to see like way down, but it's gotta be like yeah, about 10 feet based on my rough estimate of how much line I just let out before I couldn't see the mag draft anymore. That means the fish can see like 30, which is actually like ideal conditions for a bait like this, because they can just see it from so far away. It was also kind of muddy over here. Not so much on this side, but around the other side of this point. And I didn't really get much of mad either. This is a nice place to swim. It's a little cold right now. Still, like, probably like 66, something like that. I haven't even, I got my deeper sonar and I used it like once. I don't know, I just don't really need it here. I don't feel like I do. But I think I'm gonna get some kind of cheap device that I can install the app on to use as the screen for that, so I can keep using my phone for chat and stuff. Because anytime you lower the or you minimize that app, it like stops reading, so you have to like reconnect to get more stuff, and it won't update with any of the stuff that happened since you minimized. Kind of goofy. I feel like maybe they could do something about that, but it would also give me a bigger... Actually, you know what? I could get kind of a... I don't know how much money it would be, but something with kind of a big screen, and then I could have that on one side, and then like chat. I have them like split screened. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I wasn't really sure what the prices were like on those kinds of things. Because until this, it's not really something I've been interested in. It's like, I was never a laptop person, really. I bought one for myself and used it way less than I thought I would. Let's see. I think putting that hook down in the body helps it keel straight. I just think that having that hook up in there tears the bait up faster, because if they like torque the hook before they yank on it, they're gonna dig into the inside of the bait and rip the plastic. So, but it definitely swims better like that. They probably have something like that in the electronics section at Walmart, and I might get an employee discount maybe. I don't know. I know it sounds like everyone I've ever talked to that's worked there had an employee discount, but I don't know if it only applies to certain things or... Alright, I'll check it out. But when I worked at Kroger, it was on like everything. Of course, Kroger doesn't have like electronics and stuff really, but they do have like non-grocery stuff. Also, give you an idea of how this loads this rod up, how it's really not overloaded. Like, that's all, well, hang on, it's kind of, bait's kind of in the water. I have to reel it all the way up, basically, but it's only, and it's kind of exaggerated because of the field of view of the camera, I would say, but it's only a little bit off of horizontal with a bait that's at the top of its weight range. So you could probably get away with throwing like a 4-ounce bait on this if you were careful and just not have any issues. Like, I don't think anything would break. It's just the casting, you have to kind of lob. Clean up some trash while I'm at it. That was not there when I came through earlier. It means one of these boats left it. Well, I did say on this side it wasn't as muddy as around on the other side of it, but now it's been stirred up more. But it's sort of clear over by the... Here's where I had those 2 fish earlier. I was a little on the other side of that like stump straight ahead, and then the thing I got snagged on is that one now that's straight ahead sticking up, and something just came up and was thrashing around on it on the surface. Stand up, because then I can kind of like flip this. And see how it's moving a little bit easier. one sinks faster than the 6-inch. So it's a little easier to get it down to a certain depth and keep it there while you retrieve it. Thing is I don't think I want to fish this much today because that 6-inch paddle tail is like obviously working, but I wanted to at least hit this place again with a different bait to see if either of those fish would hit again. They saw something different, because they were both big enough to deal with this for sure. But that largemouth especially, because I don't think it even ever felt a hook. So if this is something different, it might be willing to go again. Did we talk about the fact that giant that Damien Tao caught was on the 10-inch mag draft? Did we talk about that? Because that's what he caught that fish on. And the 10-inch really is a giant bait. Like, besides being 10 inches, it weighs over 6 ounces. So I'd throw that on that like 710 with the Tranks if I were gonna throw one. Have to lob this a little bit to feel like I'm doing it right. One thing about a short rod is you can't really like do a pitch cast and it go very far.